The unsleeping city. I probably should go to bed, man. So I like this because this is the first one. I know later on they do have, I was about to say like they don't, but it actually is similar to this, whereas that's less, which I do find a bit annoying with the Misfit Magics, where it's normal life. You could somewhat say Shriek Week, but unlike Shriek Week, these two here are, so by the way, magic exists and we all have jobs. While that one is monsters and terrifying creatures exist. And welcome to high school. How do we get our grades up? Which I do love, but I'm not talking about it this time. This time. The Unsleeping City. Why do I like it? Simple. Because of that. Because it's, unlike the other ones where it's like kings, like my father was this legendary pirate, or like I'm like princess to like the next in line for the throne. You get like I look after my town, and these look. It's not like they don't. All the other people beforehand or even afterwards do have this nature of like they do have like this nature of like you could feel where they come from in the position where they do. But this is like, I don't live in New York, and even though I would love, even doing some like ideas in my head, being like, I would love D&D, but London like this is D&D, but New York. I can't be like, oh, this person, that person. But if you talk to someone in New York, it's like, that feels like this, and this feels like that. So yeah. The one thing I do sort of need to comment from, because it's one of my favourite moments in the entire thing. But I watched it, and when I was like rewatching it like a while ago, one of the things that I was like, on retrospect, this is going to be very awkward to talk about. Which is basically one of the things in this is essentially the scene that is the putting down of like one person does this and like and it's this big scene and it's like, why am I always forgetting characters? It was the one who also played the Elf Oracle in the other D&D series, which she is amazing. But with this, she plays this person who's lived through centuries, who's constantly gained a new form, elf life, has this sort of like thing with showmanship, gathers the glamour to like power herself up in a way, which I think is really interesting. One of the lines is, well, two of the lines I love is like America, like you, my love, which is representing the idea of a Golden Gate, where it's just like, I think it's like bring your poor, your this, your that. I don't remember the full line, but again, I'm from the UK. I would be more surprised if I did. But I know right now, having current people in the heads of the seats in the US, like the one thing which I remembered very clearly recently that they've just done was the No Kings protest, and Donald Trump's response is an AI video of him in a fighter jet spewing on them. And I'm like, are you trying to say you should be a king because you are wearing a crown? The irony of all of it. And even the person who says the line of like, that the idea that everyone, it should feel, everyone like having the opportunity to come to this great country. In that way. That feeling is a person who's like, oh, now you're like the queen of, oh, my computer, I was resetting my computer. You're like, you were now the queen, and she's like, no, I don't really want to be in charge. Democracy. Again, I feel like I needed to say that because I know it's going to be a heated topic. So if you would please kindly be nice and don't be that. Essentially, if you comment anything, please be respectful. But also, don't straight up lie. Don't do that either. But yeah, I know this is probably very stupid, but I just want to say. But yeah, I do think this is good, and the message that this has, which again, very ironic on nowadays timings, I think is really important. So yeah. And now, I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I hope you enjoy, and good night.